So today we're just going to run you through how to fit LED H7 bulbs in our headlights, and we'll also show you the difference between the black version and the chrome version. It can be really hard to see in a lot of photos, so hopefully if we show you in a video as we fit this, you'll be able to tell the difference and see which one you prefer. So the difference between the black and the chrome is the colour, obviously, but it's quite hard to spot, especially when the lights are on. But this part here on the chrome, you can see on the edge there and all around there, that's chrome. Now on the black, this part here is black and the edge of the housing is black, but you still have the chrome line that runs in line with the chrome strip that would be on your grille. Around the housing of the H4 and the H7 is also chrome on both. So these look very much in colour and style like your original lights that came in the van. The lines follow the same. Then the chrome ones aren't overly chrome, they still have the black part here with extra chrome detail here. These probably look a bit more like the genuine OEM chrome version, but different colours just suit different vans. The black are probably the most the black are most popular. We probably sell 90 black to 10 chrome, but it is just all down to personal choice. So the long-awaited new H7 LED bulbs are here. So we've done a lot of testing on these. You would have seen us probably mention them in one of the previous videos, but we've taken a lot of time to get right. We wanted them not to have any warning lights on the dash, not to flicker like a lot of other LEDs do, and importantly, they're bright enough that they help you see better, but they don't blind the oncoming traffic. So we'll just run you through how simple it is to fit those. So these H7 LED bulbs work in all versions of our headlights, so the V1 right the way through to the V3, as well as the new T6.1s that also take a H7 LED bulb. Okay, so obviously it's a lot easier to fit the LED bulbs before you put the light in if possible, but it's also possible to do it with the light in situ. So we'll just run you through the simplest way to do it. So you just pop the power cable off the back, release the two spring clips either side of the bulb. Pull the bulb out, take the LED, and you'll see that there's a ring around the top of the LED with a locator in it. So if you remove this locator ring first, and then place the locator ring in the position where the bulb was, and you'll see the cutout there sits in the top section where the hinge is. So make sure that it sits really nice and tight in there. That lip there goes on the inside and this is on the outside. So you put that in place there, and make sure it's located nice and tightly and neatly. Slot the bulb in, and then it turns into position. And then we'll show you later on how to make sure the bulb is in the correct position once it's in place. And then you'll see on this socket here, there is a positive and a negative, a plus and a minus. So the positive, the plus goes to the blue, and the negative, the minus, goes to the black. Now, the canvas resistors on these are a lot smaller than the other ones you would have seen. Again, this was another challenge we had to make them nice and neat so they can pop inside the back of the housing of the light. So that should all feed in there nicely. Once that's all in place, just pop the cover back on, and that's it done. So from the other side, if we just flip it over, you can't tell that there's an LED in there because it's the other side of the projector lens. And that's it, job done.
Dead easy.
So that can all be done in place. It's just a case of popping the cover off with your hand. It is going to be harder. LEDs are actually easier to fit than a standard bulb would be because you can locate that ring first. Once you've got the ring in place and you can feel it with your fingers, and then you can fit the LED afterwards. So it's probably easier than if you have a bulb out and your bulb goes. You can do, if you want to, you can take your airbox out. That will make it slightly easier over there. You've got a bit more room on the battery side. So it's doable. It's a bit fiddly, but as long as you can feel where it's going, or if you need to, use your iPhone or whatever, use your selfie camera just to be able to point down there to be able to see what you're doing. But it shouldn't take you more than a few minutes. So we'll show you now quickly how we take the bumper off to fit the lights. We've awkwardly picked Mikey's van, which is really low, and that does make it quite a lot harder when they're static. But yeah, now we just speeded up little video of us changing the headlights in this van. Okay, so these are the chrome lights fitted in Mikey's van. So like I said before, the main difference is here, you can see there's the chrome edge in here. The chrome line is the same as the black ones have with the chrome housings here, and the chrome here again, and a bit more chrome there. So not a massive difference. You still have this black section here, and you still have this chrome line that carries along with the grille. So that's the DRL mode, so that's the brightest the light will be. That's with all the lights off. So that's the indicator. Actually, it's a lot more orange in the flesh than it looks on the camera. The camera doesn't really pick it up. But you notice, just do that again, that the indicator wraps right the way from the top corner all the way around to the top. So if you go back to DRL, so that's the DRL. Then when you put your side lights on, this is also your side light. So that has to dip slightly by law. So they're at their brightest when your lights are in DRL mode. When they go to side light, it dips. And then if you put so these are standard bulbs in this one. So that's your standard dip beam bulb. That's the bulbs that come out of the factory, which are the standard Osram bulbs. And that's your main beam coming on as well. So this van's had the feature enabled in the ECU to have the dip in the main beam to stay on together. So when your main beam comes on, your dip beam stays on. That just allows you to have better light on the road close to you, and then obviously further up the road at the same time. So that's the chrome. And now to take it all off and fit the black. Right, so the black lights are fitted now. So you'll see, as mentioned before, that we've changed the diffuser to a white one, so the individual LED dots don't stand out. It makes it look more like a solid clear line. So this is the black version. You can see the edge in here is black at the top of the DRL. This is black, same as the chrome version here, and that black section just in there. Right, so with the lights on, so that's your DRL, and then if we go to side lights, now this one has the LED bulbs in, so if you turn the H7 on, so that's your dip beam. Now we've also got LED H1s in here, so main beam. These aren't available yet, but we were just trying them out to see, again, next stage of trying to produce two lots of LEDs that don't put a warning light on. They're working perfectly so far, but we'll want to do some more long-term tests before we actually launch them. This is just one sample set we've got, so that's got an LED in both of them, and as it stands, no warning lights on the dash, so complete LED. And then if we go to the indicator, I'll show you from the front. And there we go. So next up, we'll show you how to adjust it to make sure you get the right beam pattern. Okay, so just to show you with the LED bulbs fitted, no warning lights on the dash. That ping is nothing to do with the lights, it's because Mikey's too tight to put fuel in. So they generally come with the beam pattern correct out of the box. So the headlight itself is what's given the beam pattern, and the LED is just projecting the light at the headlight to then give you a beam pattern. So they pretty much come spot on out of the box. Occasionally they can be a little bit out, but I'll show you in a second how you can get those adjusted. What you can find with LEDs is there tends to be a shadow in places, but we'll show you how you can turn a bulb just to make that correct. So if you find that you get like a shadow or a faint area that's restricting your vision, you can just turn this ring here. That's the beauty of the LEDs. The ring stays in place in the housing, and you can turn the fan at the back, and that will turn the direction of the LED and just twist it until the shadow disappears out of your beam pattern. So as we just mentioned there, if you turn the LED, you can see how the pattern stays the same, but you can see there's a shadow that can move. So you just move that point till it's out of the beam pattern line. So adjusting the headlight, so if you find that your beam pattern's out, it can just be that you've over tightened some of the screws that locate the headlight. They're extremely easy to adjust. On the back of the headlight, you'll see you've got some adjusters for each light. There's the back of the headlight facing upwards, so you'd probably be leaning in from this way. So you've got UD up, down, and RL left, right there. And then the same again over here for your dip beam, which is this one, the H7 there at the top. So same again, you've got DU, down, up, and left, right on the back there. And that's just an 8mm that you use to adjust it. Just be mindful if you over adjust it, that it can fall off the threaded bar. So it looks like the pattern disappears totally. You have to adjust it all the way back the other way to pick it up, to go back the original way to adjust your beam pattern. So if, like us, and you went for your standard headlight with your T6.1, this also has H7 for your dip beam. So the bulbs that we've just released work perfectly in there. We'll be fitting them in this van. So unlikely you're going to have had your bumper off, so you just remove the cap here to access it at the back. So with the 6.1 you have a push fitting, so there's not the two springs either side that you need to pop off. You just pull the original bulb out and you'll feel it kind of come off with a pop, and then you leave the LED in the locating ring and then push it into place. You'll feel where it needs to go, and you just give it a push and it'll lock in nice and tightly. And same again with the T6.1, no warning lights on the dash. Hopefully that's explained everything you needed to know about our version 3 headlights and also our LED bulbs. Same as always, any comments, just post them below. We'll also post a video below to how you actually fit the headlights that we've done previously when we did our version 1 headlights. Yeah, any questions, just ask. If you've liked the video or you're interested in what we do, please make sure that you like the video, subscribe and share it with anybody else that might be interested in these lights or the bulbs, transporters in general, or any future stuff we've got coming out. Thanks again.